Hello everyone, welcome to today's presentation. Today I will present an English for speak for design that is developed for hotel receptionists. But before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Putra, and now let's continue or begin with the learner profile. Okay, as shown on this slide, the learner is a 19-year-old high school graduate with intermediate level of B1. And her goal after finishing this course is to become a receptionist at a famous hotel in Bali. And based on this condition, the ESP course is classified as free English for occupational purpose because the learner has not entered the workplace yet and still needs professional occupational language that skill before applying for the job. And the next slide, why this course? This course is designed for three main reasons. The first is specific purpose. A hotel receptionist requires a language that is not taught in general English, such as handling reservation, complaint, and professional greeting. And the second reason is urgency. The hospital industry demands professional communication from the first day of work, leaving the learner no room for the on-job language adjustment. And the last one is bridging the gap. This course bridges the gap between the learner current general English ability and professional communication demand on the hospitality industry. Alright, next slide is the need analysis. The need analysis was conducted using triangulation approach to ensure the validity and reliability of the data. This approach combines information from pre-test, questionnaire, and interview, allowing the course designer to view the learner from multiple perspectives. Several key stakeholders were also involved in this data analysis. The learner as the main subject, the ESP teacher as the course designer and also the instructor, hotel management, particularly human resource as the employer, and other guests as the final service user. And on the next slide, we have need analysis result. The participation analysis show that a hotel receptionist is expected to demonstrate professional communication skill, understand hotel procedure, handle complaint, provide information, and show intercultural awareness and adaptability. And on the other hand, question analysis show that the learner has a solid general English ability that sure can manage spontaneous interaction. However, the weakness appears in the hospitality specific language and professional conduct, which were not covered in her future educational background. And from this analysis, it was clear that the gap identified was in the hospitality vocabulary and professional soft skills. And the next one is linguistic focus. Based on this finding, this course prioritizes speaking and listening as the main skill, with reading and writing as the supporting skill. Okay, let's see the first is listening. Listening skill help the learner gather information from the guest, understand complaint, and follow relevant actions. And on the other hand, the speaking skill enable the learner to greet guests formally, give recommendation, and resolve their problem professionally. And for the supporting skill, reading and writing support work with tasks such as scanning documents, answering invoices, and writing reservation notes. And on the next slide, we have syllabus choice. This course uses an integrated syllabus combining process-oriented and situational and functional syllabus from product-based. And this combination allows the learner to practice language through realistic work process, workplace, assess workplace situation, and use communicative language function rather than isolated grammar forms. The syllabus is designed to familiarize the learner with a real hotel work condition and not merely to the theoretical language knowledge. Next slide, we have the outline. This slide presents the syllabus outline of the ESP course. The course will consist of 40 meetings with each session lasting about 19 minutes, conducted twice a week. And this structure is designed to provide sufficient exposure and practice without overwhelming the student. The learning methods applied are discovery learning and pathway learning, allowing the learner to actively construct knowledge through the task and reflect the real form of its duties. And the target proficiency level applicable in the course is GFRV1, indicating improvement in fluency, accuracy, and functional appropriateness. And regarding the material included, the course covers the essential front office topic, starting from introduction to the front office, followed by procedure and justification, reservation, and technical communication, hotel service, local accommodation, professional ethics, conflict resolution, and funding, billing, and departure handling, and cover readiness. And on the next slide, we have language and vocabulary focus. This course provides a structured language and vocabulary plan to help the learner function effectively in real-world context. The vocabulary is divided into 3 categories: general, semi-technical, and technical. The general vocabulary refers to standard English used in daily communications, such as greeting, number, date, and question for what we have. This type of vocabulary supports basic interaction with the guests. And the next one is semi-technical. It consists of a common word that carries specific meaning in hotel context. For example, the word jazz, bird, or house has a more special meaning when used in hospitality setting. And the technical vocabulary refers to industry-specific terms that exclusively used in hospitality, such as folio, gratuity, escalation, amity, and this material of this vocabulary is essential for professional credibility. And the next is material development. For material development, this course primarily uses textbook material as a core resource. However, the materials are not used directly without modification. And in this course, we use 2 main techniques. The first one is adaptation. Adaptation is used to adjust the difficulty level and simplify the language so that it matches the learner proficiency. And for the second one is supplementation. Supplementation is used to add authentic and relevant material that reflect the real workplace situation. Several material including listening activity using audio recording, reading activities with formal reading using scanning hotel document, and writing with filling authentic hotel presentation. And the next is evaluation technique. Okay, evaluation consists of formative and summative assessment. Formative assessment is conducted during the learning process through some activities like role play, classroom observation, and this is to monitor the learning progress. And the next one is the summative assessment that is conducted at the end of the course through a full acceptance simulation, allowing the teacher to evaluate the course effectiveness and the learner readiness for the workplace. And the last one, at the end, the conclusion. In the conclusion, this ESP course design is based on the learner characteristics and the real workplace demand. The course aims to prepare the receptionist to communicate professionally and effectively in the real or front office context. I think that is all that I can present today about the ESP course design. I hope thank you for all your attention and goodbye.